What if I told you that the way you got out of bed this morning could quietly be putting your brain, your heart, and your life at risk? Not something dramatic, not a heart attack, not a stroke, something much simpler, something you've done thousands of times without thinking. And if you're over 60, especially if you take blood pressure or heart medication, this one tiny habit could be one of the most dangerous moments of your entire day. It takes less than 15 seconds, and most people never realize it until the day their body doesn't handle it anymore. I've seen this pattern again and again. Someone healthy, active, doing everything right. Then one morning, they sit up quickly, swing their legs out of bed, stand up like they always have, and suddenly the room spins. Their vision dims. Their balance disappears for just a second, and that second is all it takes. They grab for something, miss it, and hit the floor. No warning, no time to react. And here's the part that shocks people the most. When they get checked afterward, all their tests come back normal. No heart attack, no stroke. Just a simple explanation that was missed for years. It starts in the first 30 seconds of your morning. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what's happening inside your body, why it becomes more dangerous as you age, and how to fix it in less than 3 minutes starting tomorrow morning. But before we go any further, I want you to think about something honestly. Have you ever stood up in the morning and felt, even for a second, slightly dizzy, a little off balance, or like your body needed a moment to catch up? Even if it passed quickly, even if you ignored it, even if you told yourself that's just age. Because if that's happened to you, you're not alone, not even close. There are millions of people experiencing that exact feeling every single day, and most of them have no idea what it actually means. Let me show you why this happens. When you wake up in the morning, your body is in a completely different state than when you're walking, talking, or moving around during the day. You've been lying down for hours. Your blood is evenly distributed. Your heart is working efficiently without having to fight gravity. Everything is stable, calm, balanced. Then suddenly you change position. You go from lying down to sitting to standing, and in that moment something very important happens. Gravity pulls a significant amount of blood, sometimes up to 800 milliliters, down into your legs. That's like losing up to 3 cups of circulating blood from your upper body in seconds. Now, in a younger body, this isn't a problem because your system reacts instantly. Your blood vessels tighten, your heart rate increases slightly. Blood is pushed back up to your brain almost immediately. You don't even notice it. But as you get older, that system slows down, not in a dramatic way, not in a way that shows up on routine tests, but just enough to create a delay. Instead of reacting in 1 second, it takes 2, 3, sometimes 4 seconds, and those few seconds are everything. Because during that tiny window, your brain is not getting the blood flow it needs. That's where the dizziness comes from. That's where the instability begins. And that's where falls happen. Now here's where it gets more serious. That delay doesn't happen in isolation. It stacks with other changes happening in your body at the exact same time. First, your blood pressure is naturally lower in the early morning. Your body has been resting all night. Your system is still in a low pressure state. Second, if you take blood pressure medication, especially in the evening, its effect is often at its lowest point in the early morning hours, which means your system has less support exactly when it needs it most. Third, dehydration. Most people over 60 don't drink enough water in the evening. Not because they don't want to, but because they're trying to avoid waking up at night. So by morning, your body is slightly dehydrated, your blood volume is lower, your circulation is less efficient, and your system has less margin for error. Now combine all of that, lower baseline pressure, medication timing, mild dehydration, slower response time, and then you stand up quickly. That's the moment. That's the trigger. That's the exact situation where everything can go wrong. And for many people, it already has, just not in a dramatic way yet. Maybe you felt it as a quick head rush, maybe a brief moment where you needed to hold on to something, maybe a second where your vision dimmed slightly, and then it passed, so you ignored it. But here's what most people don't realize. Even mild, repeated episodes like that are not harmless. They are signals. They are your body telling you that the system is struggling to keep up. And over time, that increases the risk of something more serious. Falls, injuries, loss of confidence in movement, and in some cases, events that could have been prevented completely. Now, I want you to picture a simple morning. An alarm goes off. You wake up. Without thinking, you sit up quickly. Swing your legs over the side of the bed. Stand up immediately. Start walking. All within 10-15 seconds. That feels normal, right? That's how most people do it. But physiologically, that's one of the hardest transitions your body makes all day. And doing it fast multiplies the stress on your system. The good news? This is one of the easiest risks to fix. No medication changes required. No expensive treatments. No complicated routines. Just a smarter way to start your morning. And it takes less than 3 minutes. Here's what you do instead. Tomorrow morning, before you even sit up, pause. Don't rush. While you're still lying down, move your feet. Flex them up and down. Make slow circles with your ankles. What you're doing here is activating your calf muscles. Those muscles act like a pump. They help push blood back toward your heart. So instead of all that blood dropping into your legs when you stand, your body is already prepared. Do that for about 20 to 30 seconds. Then slowly sit up. Not quickly, not abruptly. Take your time. Once you're sitting on the edge of the bed, stay there. This is the step most people skip, and it's one of the most important. Sit there for a full minute. Yes, an actual 60 seconds. It might feel unnecessary at first, but during that minute, your body is adjusting. Your system is recalibrating. Your blood pressure is stabilizing in a partially upright position. You're giving your body the time it needs to catch up. Now, before you stand, drink some water. Keep a glass by your bed, at least 8 ounces. This helps restore your blood volume. It gives your circulation the support it needs. And it makes a noticeable difference in how your body responds when you stand. Then, when you do stand up, do it slowly and do it near something stable, a bed frame, a wall, a table, not because you expect to fall, but because you're giving yourself a safety net during those first few seconds. Stand there for a moment, let your body adjust fully, then start moving. That's it. That's the entire protocol. Simple, quick, but incredibly powerful. And the difference it can make is real. People who make this change often notice something almost immediately. That dizzy feeling, gone or significantly reduced. That moment of instability, improved. That subtle hesitation your body used to have, much smoother. And over time, the bigger benefit becomes clear. Confidence. Because when you trust your body again, you move differently, you walk more freely, you stop worrying about that unexpected moment where everything might go off balance. Now, I want to address something important. A lot of people think, I've been getting out of bed this way my entire life. Why would it suddenly matter now? And that's a fair question. The answer is simple. Your body has changed, not in a bad way, not in a broken way, just in a way that requires a little more awareness. At 30 or 40, your system compensated instantly. There was no delay, no vulnerability window. But as you move into your 60s, 70s, and beyond, that window opens just slightly, but enough to matter, and the same habit that was harmless before now carries a different level of risk. Another question people ask is, why hasn't anyone told me this before? And the honest answer is, because it's easy to miss. In a short appointment, the focus is usually on numbers, blood pressure readings, lab results, medications, important things. But daily habits like this often don't come up unless you specifically ask about them. That's why awareness matters. Because once you understand this, you can take control of it immediately. No waiting, no appointments required. Just a small change in how you start your day. And here's something else worth thinking about. If you live with someone, a spouse, a parent, a family member, and they're over 60 and they take heart or blood pressure medication, there's a very high chance they are going through this exact same morning pattern. Maybe they felt that dizziness and never mentioned it. Maybe they've brushed it off. Maybe they don't realize it's connected to something preventable. Sharing this with them could make a bigger difference than you expect, because sometimes the most important health changes don't come from new treatments. They come from understanding something simple that was overlooked. So tomorrow morning, don't rush. Give your body those extra seconds. Let it adjust. Let it respond. Let it do what it's designed to do, just with a little more time. And you might be surprised how something so small can change the way you feel for the rest of your day. Before you go, I want you to do one simple thing. Think about your morning. Be honest with yourself. Are you rushing out of bed, or are you giving your body the time it needs? If you're going to try this starting tomorrow, make that decision right now, because this isn't about fear. It's about control. It's about awareness. And it's about making one small change that could quietly protect you every single day.